know I've already said it, but I am loving this blue sky. Okay, welcome to Arithmetic Today Year 6. I'm not going to talk for long here because I want to get this video done in less than 15 minutes. I managed it last week. Let's see if I can do it again. As always, go through the answers with me, check that you got them right, see if you can spot where you've made your mistakes, and then send me a photo with how you've got on and maybe a bit of a reflection. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so no time for messing around. Let's get straight into it and do it in less than 15 minutes. So 470 add 100. Well, if I've got 470, then I'm adding 1 to this hundreds column, aren't I? So it's going to be 570. 902 add 400. Again, I'm adding 4 to this, so that's going to go up to 1002 is 100, then 1102, 1202, 1302. 2 questions done. We are flying. 3 8s add 7 8s. Because the denominators are the same, we just add them up, so we end up getting 10 8s. Now I know we could simplify that. So we could simplify that, so divide them both by 2 and get 5 over 4, which we then could simplify to equal 1 1/4, which we then could simplify to equal 1.25. Now all of that's right. In an arithmetic test though, just stick with that. There's no point trying to do something else and making a mistake. Next one, 8,494 take away 638. To be honest, I'll probably use a written method for that. 8,494, because there's nothing obvious jumping out at me. Take away 638. So 4 take away 8 ones, I'm going to need to exchange. So I'm going to take one of those 10s, put it on here. 14 take away 8. These are the 6 ones. 8 10s take away 3 10s is going to leave me with 5 10s. 400s take away 600s, so I need to take one of those thousands. Then I've got 14 hundreds take away 600s, which is going to get me to 800s, 7,000s, 7,856. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Next one, 81 divided by 9. Well, that's just about knowing your 9 times tables, and the answer is 9. If you needed to, 9, 18, 27, and count to 81, you could do. Next one, 2.23 add 4.7. Now for this one, we could use a written method, but actually, I can recognise, well, I've got to add 4 to that 1s column, so that's going to be 6. I've got to add 7 tenths to that 2 tenths, that's going to be 9 tenths, and then that stays the same, so 6.93. Fairly straightforward. Next one, 46,900 take away 1,500. I am recording, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Again, because they're all quite big numbers, I recognise that, well, I need to take 1,000 from that, so that's going to be 45,000, and then I'm taking 500 from that, so that's going to be 45,400. Some of us might have set it out in a column, but I can see the pattern there. Right, 4 and 1/8 times 5. Now, one of the things I always say when we're multiplying is, I'm going to do it over here, 4 and 1/8 times by 5. So the first thing I say is, we don't want mixed numbers. So I'm actually going to say how many 8s are in 4 wholes? Well, it's 32 plus that one, so 33 over 8 times by, and we can make that fraction by doing 5 over 1. Then I'm left with 33 times 5. Well, 30 times 5 is 150. 3 times 5 is 15, so together that's 165 over 8 times 1 is 8. Now that is the right answer, and that's probably the answer I'd do. Some of us might have recognised that actually I can almost partition this a bit. So I can do 4 times 5, which will give me 20, and then 1/8 times 5, which would actually give me 5 8s. So 20 and 5 8s. That is actually the same, because if I worked out that, you could get 20 8s in 160, plus the 5 8s left over. Either of those two are right though. Okay, they are right. And be careful doing this method, because if it ends up getting bigger than a whole, you end up with messy numbers. So be careful. Next one, 11 squared take away 21. Well, I need to do the 11 squared, and 11 squared means 11 times 11. Well, 11 times 10 is 110 plus another 121. Take away the 21, it's going to leave me with 100. 3 times 9,000. Well, I don't know that straight away, but I do know that 3 times 9 is 27. Now we need to times this by 1,000, so I'm moving it up like 3 columns to get to 9,000, which means I also need to move this up 3 columns, so that's going to get me to 27,000. My answer is 27,000. We are flying. I'm going to be done before 10 minutes, never mind 15. Next one, 4,731 divided by 6. We're going to have to use like the cheap bus stop method. I don't like using bus stop, but it is definitely the quickest one for this. So how many 6s go into 4? The answer is none in this case. So I'll carry my 4 over here. How many 6s go into 47? Well, 7 of them get us to 42 plus 5 left over. How many 6s go into 53? Well, 8 of them get us to 48. No, yeah, 48. Remainder 3. How many 6s go into 31 is going to be 5. And then that leaves me with a remainder of 1/6. Just going to check that on a calculator because I'm not convinced that's right. 4,731 divided by 6 equals... Yeah, I've gone wrong. Gone wrong. Let's do it again. The reason I looked at that and thought that doesn't look right is because the chance of getting a remainder of 1 just seems a bit crazy. 4,731. This is going to slow me down, isn't it? How many 6s go into 4? Well, none, remainder 4. How many 6s go into that? It is 7, remainder 5. How many 6s go into 53? Well, 9 will be 54. So it's 8. That gets me to 48. That means I've got a remainder of 5. That's still... How many 6s go into 51? Well, 6 in... Oh no, that does make more sense. 6 into 48 would leave me with 8. And then I'd be left with 3 over 6, which is like 788.5 or 788.5. Feel slightly better about that. 7 add 6 divided by 3. Now I need to think of bod maths if I see this, to make sure I do it in the right order. So I've got no brackets, don't need to worry about that. I've got no orders like squares or cubes, don't worry about that. But I have got a division, so I need to do that first. So I need to do the 6 divided by 3, which is going to be 2. Then I'm going to do 7 add 2, so my answer is 9. If you'd have done that in the wrong order, you'd have ended up having to do 13 divided by 3 and getting something ugly. Question 13 is a column written methods for multiplication. So 82 times 34. So firstly, I'm going to multiply 82 by 4. So 4 times 2 is 8 ones. And then 4 times those 8 tens is going to be 32 tens. Then I'm multiplying everything by 3 tens, and because it's a 10, I need to put my placeholder here, so I'll start here. So 3 tens times by 2 is going to be 6 tens. 3 tens times by 8 tens is going to be 2400s. So I'm left with 8 ones, 8 tens, 700s, 2000s. 2,788. Next question. Long division. The longest and potentially, not trickiest, but most areas for mistakes. So I'm taking away lots of 16 until I get to 3,912. And in the place where I get these tests from, it can be a bit ugly with remainders. Normally there wouldn't be remainders in a proper SATs test. Not like we're doing them this year, but anyway. Well, 2 lots of 16 is going to be 32. So 4 lots of 16 is going to be double that, which is going to be 64. 10 lots of 16 is going to be 160. So 5 lots of 16 is going to be half of that, which is going to be 80. And then I'm going to use these to start subtracting from 3,912. I'll show it over here. 3,912. So I'm going to take away 3,200. 20 lots would be 220, so 200 lots is 3,200. That's 200 lots. So I'm left with 2 ones, 110, 700s, and no thousands. Then I've got 712. Well, if I take away 640, which is 10 more than that, so it's 40 lots, take away 640, which is going to be 40 lots. That leaves me with 2 ones. I'm going to need to exchange that. 11 tens take away 4 tens is going to have 7 tens. No hundreds left. Then I'm going to take away 64, which is 4 lots. Need to exchange that. So I do 12, take away the 4, which is going to leave me with 8. And I'm left with just 8. I can't take any more lots of 16, so it's 244 with a remainder of 8 over 16, which some of you might have realised is the same as a half. So we might have done 244 and a half. That's right though, 244 and 8 over 16s, or 244.5. Okay, question 15. Actually not got loads of time left. 2/3 add 3.5. So for this I always say, get rid of improper fractions. So 2/3 add 3.5. Well, there's going to be 6 halves and 3 wholes plus that one, so it's 7 over 2. Now I need to make them all the same denominator, so I'm going to make them all over 6. Add something over 6, add something over 6. So for that I've times it by 2, so that I've times it by 2. That I've times it by 3, so that I've times it by 3. So I'm left with 25 over 6. And I'll leave it like that. Then 5/6 divided by 4. Well, I'm going to divide it by 4 over 1. And we're going to use keep, change, flip. So I keep the first fraction the same, 5/6. I change the division to a multiplication. And I flip the last fraction. So I'm left with 5 over 24. That answer is 25 over 6. That answer is 5 over 24. Oh, it's actually going to be quite close. Question 17. 25.7 times by 100. So, times it by 100, so I'm just upscaling, making it bigger, and I'm going twice. So 1, 2, write it underneath. 1, 2, write it underneath. 1, 2, write it underneath. And then my placeholder, I go 0. It's got 100 times bigger, 2,570. 50% of 2,684. Well, 50% I know is a half, so I'm actually halving this. So half of 2,000 is 1,000. Half of 600 is 300. Half of 80 is 40. Half of 4 is 2. So my answer is 1,342. And that is me done, with plenty of time to spare, I reckon. So year 6, like I said at the beginning, make sure you've gone through those answers. Any that you got wrong, make sure you understand where you went wrong and how you can get it right. And then if you could let me know how you got on and give me a little bit of a reflection, that would be great. Goodbye.